Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lisa Hirsch, and I am with Christy Perro and Michelle Wild from BEST. We are here with Dr. Erin Fults, who will be sharing her expertise on neurofatigue. Dr. Fults is a clinical psychologist specializing in neuropsychology and rehabilitation at Hackensack Meridian Health in New Jersey. Welcome, Dr. Fults.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Fults, can you describe for us the definition of neurofatigue?
Yes, absolutely. So neurofatigue, it goes by a lot of different names. I like to call it neurofatigue. It may also be called a cognitive fatigue. But what it really boils down to is a mental exhaustion. It's a brain tiredness. This is resulting from prolonged cognitive activity. And when I say cognitive, I mean related to thinking. So that could be a long conversation, reading a book, doing a lot of paperwork, something where your brain is really constantly moving and in action. It can also result from a sensory overstimulation, a lot of lights, a lot of noises. Again, something where the brain is the thing doing a lot of the activity. So just like we get physically tired if we're running around or having a busy day or running a marathon, this is like that equivalent, but for your mental activity. We all have neurofatigue, by the way. Every single person has it. It just looks a little different or feels a little different. But a key feature is that after a brain injury, it becomes a little more noticeable. So the brain's going to feel tired quicker than before. Maybe you could make it the whole day doing an activity, and now you're tired by the afternoon or even the morning. It also becomes overtired after even small amounts of an activity that maybe you could do more of before, and it takes a longer time to bounce back. A neurofatigue doesn't respond in the same way that, say, a physical fatigue does. When your body's tired, you get a good night's rest, you can wake up and you can be pretty much ready to go. But a neurofatigue can sometimes linger. It sometimes needs longer rest breaks. And so it's not quite as predictable. Neurofatigue can also sound a little different. So some things that I hear people say when they're experiencing a neurofatigue is this: I can't think straight, or my brain feels foggy. I don't feel quite right, something feels off. Or it's like I'm in a haze. Again, a lot of things related to the mind and the thinking processes. Now, I like to break it down into a bit of a metaphor. So what I think of is fuel, but your brain's fuel. So just like a car needs to have gas in order to go, your brain needs fuel to go as well. So you need to be thinking about how much fuel do you have? But when it comes to neurofatigue, an equally important question is, how far do you need to drive with that fuel? Because if you don't have a lot and you're pushing yourself a little too far and you're trying to keep going, you're going to run out of gas somewhere along the way. And that's when that neurofatigue is really going to come crashing in, and it brings your brain to a stop.